In 1893, Chicago was celebrating the World's Columbian Exposition, also known as the World's Fair. The expo was a sight to be seen, and even exhibited the world's very first Ferris wheel. An attractive, charming, and charismatic pharmacist by the name of Herman Webster Mudgett, better known as H.H. Holmes, built a World's Fair hotel, which was paid for by his insurance swindling efforts. This was a fancy facade meant to hide something much more sinister. The hotel was constructed to deceive and torture unsuspecting victims across a labyrinth of disorienting passageways to dangerous rooms, doors to brick walls, and trapdoors with greased chutes to the basement. Since the discovery of Holmes' sadistic secrets, the World's Fair Hotel is now known by a different name: H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle. Select from up to 6 colleagues of Holmes, each with a special ability to help assist the collection of evidence in order to avoid being arrested as an accomplice. Players begin the game with their evidence board partially filled and based on a starting evidence setup card. The player who has last rode a Ferris wheel goes first. Players select action tiles in order to explore the castle. While exploring rooms, safes are filled with evidence cubes that are taken from the Ferris wheel, and empty gondolas are refilled with evidence cubes from the evidence bag. Players can also move into 1 or 2 rooms, collect evidence, draw event cards, and even move homes in an attempt to impede or strike other players. While every player gets a chance to use every action selected, the action tile has a special bonus action available only to the player who selected it. Because Holmes knows the layout of the castle and all of the castle's elaborate horrors, he can appear in any room at any time, forcing players to drop their collected evidence or head down a different path. Be careful though, Holmes always has the potential to go on a maddening rampage. Event cards give players either a competitive advantage or the ability to wreak havoc by sabotaging other players. Players can keep up to 3 event cards to plan their attack or be ready to defend themselves. Once a player has filled their evidence board and become the first player to safely navigate back to the pharmacy, they win. With up to 26 room tiles inspired by the original blueprints of the castle, the game board can be built differently each time the game is played. Crimes and History, H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle plays with 2 to 6 players in about 45 to 60 minutes for ages 14 and up. Now's your chance to test your survival in Holmes' House of Horrors.